Yo, it's your man MAS back with more anime content. Sakamoto Days, alright? I know you're probably tired of the Slurp Fest. Oh, this guy loves Sakamoto Days. Yes. Alright, I mean, you've seen the title Sakamoto Days Anime of the Year Contender. Alright, we're talking about strictly 2025. The year is not over. More new anime are going to come out. But honestly, in my opinion, Sakamoto Days so far is one of the best animes out there. All right, it is definitely a contender, and it's kind of unfortunate because I'm basing it off of the anime. I know there's like the book. Again, we don't read over here, so if you're new to my channel, like strictly off the dome, fresh watching only the anime, not the books. Watching strictly the anime, it is by far one of the most refreshing shows I've seen in a very, very long time. All right, not to discredit the other animes that already came out. You know about Solo Leveling, and there's a bunch of other shows like Fire Force and Solo Leveling. Pretty much anime of the year, if you had to be honest, it's probably going to go to Solo Leveling season 2. All right, like if you had to be honest, right? But Sakamoto, I'm not even sure if like a Netflix show has been nominated for like anime of the. Probably not, because it's kind of hosted by Crunchyroll. But the real ones, though, if there was like an unbiased anime of the year category on a different platform, Sakamoto Days should definitely be up there, if not win, right? But this isn't to take into account that we know that the year is not over, right? So 2025 is not over. More new anime are going to release. Me personally, the animes that I'm checking for that I feel like can potentially dethrone Solo Leveling Season 2 is Frieren Season 2. I'm definitely really looking forward to that. Like, Frieren is a real, like, here's the thing, right? I think people were mentioning Frieren in like a category before, like, oh, Frieren won best anime or something like that. People were, so I'm like, listen, anime is very, very broad. All because the most popular show is Solo Leveling doesn't mean that is the most watched / viewed show. Like, anime is like a very wide spectrum of genres. All right, so all because it's not action doesn't mean that it's not getting that look. All right, so Frieren kind of checks all the categories. I'm looking forward to season 2. Can Frieren season 2 possibly dethrone Solo Leveling? I mean, I think so. But in all honesty, I prefer Sakamoto Days more than Solo Leveling season 2. I think Sakamoto Days should beat Solo Leveling season 2. All right, but I mean, other shows I'm looking forward to: Hell's Paradise season 1 is on my top 5 best new animes out to watch. Right, so I'm looking forward to Hell's Paradise season 2. You gotta watch season 1 to know what the hype is. In my personal opinion, it is really, really good. I mean, this is a shot in the dark. There's Villain Saga, right? I'm looking forward to the next season of Villain Saga if it does come out. That's as best as I can say. Villain Saga storytelling is really, really good. Season 2 was very slow, Farmland Saga, but it was still damn good. All right, so I'm looking forward to the next season of that if it comes out this year. Other shows, I mean, Dan to Dan. I don't think Dan to Dan is coming out probably until 2026. I have to be honest. But if Dan to Dan comes out this year, definitely contends. So it really does just depend on like some of the hot topic shows and when they're coming out. And even if they come out, the bar is now Solo Leveling season 2. All right, and can they beat that? Not only can they beat that, can they beat Sakamoto Days? Right, in terms of anime. And the thing about Sakamoto Days that's like unfortunate, like I have to do more research. I'm not sure if more episodes are coming out, but it's not enough. And I do know, because we don't read over here, but like if I want more content, I could just start reading. All right, I did that with Berserk. So it's very rare that anime catches my interest so much that like it makes me want to read. Right, because I'm like, I can't wait for what's about to happen. I feel like Sakamoto Days just does enough where it doesn't make me want to read the book, but it kind of piques my interest where it's like, okay, like the way the episodes end, and you probably know this, like if you watch enough shows or just storytelling, like I don't think Sakamoto Days, like their bread and butter is cliffhangers, right? Like there's certain shows that like they're very, very good at cliffhangers. So the easiest way to kind of hook somebody, I need to do a better job at that with my own like series, right? Like hit them with constant cliffhangers every single episode that it forces the viewer. It's like, yo, I can't end my night like this. I need to know, right? It was the FOMO. I need to know right now, right? That's that FOMO effect, all right? So certain animes are really like pretty much like the big ones, like Bleach, Naruto, like they're really, 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 really good at cliffhangers. Sakamoto Days, I don't think has much, but I don't think the genre is focused on cliffhangers. But that's probably the reason why I wasn't like hooked on like, oh, I need to read it. Like I feel like the episodes ended in just enough where it was like, oh, okay, I was content with at my convenience, I'll watch the next episode. Some anime aren't like that. Some anime hit you and get that addiction. It's like I need to watch. All right, that was Solo Leveling, but that was like the issue with Solo Leveling. It's like they used that addiction, right, the cliffhangers, but like it was kind of like the same routine. I am telling you. I mean, for the people who, because I've seen like the mixed reviews about Solo Leveling season 2, despite all the accolades it's getting from like the majority of people. It's like I think people get it like, yo, season 2, like the storytelling was kind of like stalled really, really hard. Whereas like they kind of use the same premise of Sun hiding his abilities, going to a dungeon, people are about to die. He burst out like Superman and like start slapping demons around, right? Towards the end of the season where he kind of like everybody, it wasn't nothing to hide. Like people know like, all right, you that dude, like go do something. And everybody knew he was the guy at that point, right? But yeah, so that aspect I don't think Sakamoto Days has. The reason why I think it's just an anime of the year contender is because it kind of gives me that foreign feel. I mentioned this in a previous video, so it's me being repetitive, but again, it's just a new topic in terms of this year. Like Sakamoto Days being the anime of the year for 2025. It hits all the categories. For me, what makes an anime really, really good is balance, right? How many boxes does it check off? Solo Leveling doesn't check off all the boxes. The issue with Solo Leveling is that it excels so much in one category that's kind of hard to deny it because it's just really, really, really good in that one category. Sometimes you can kind of get away with like, all right, this guy doesn't come to work, he doesn't do anything right, but the one thing he does well at work, he does it really, really well, and we see progress. All right, that is why we don't fire that guy. That is Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling does a certain niche really, really, really good, and it hooks you. I would argue, I mean, you can feel how you want, like, because I kind of felt that way about Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, Jujutsu Kaisen was really, really, really good in one avenue, and I think that's what made it stand out to me. But in all other avenues, it was trash. I won't say trash. Like, calm down. Let me not say trash. It was mid. But Solo Leveling does what JJK does way better. Like, I feel like it's better action, and it kind of does well in all the other categories too. Like Solo Leveling is above average in action, suspense, all that stuff, and it's pretty average, if not slightly above average in all the other categories, minus the romance. No romance. It's like 1% romance. Everything else is above average. JJK, it was just action, in my opinion, and there's probably story there. Just you gotta watch several seasons to even get a glimpse of the story. Like, it kind of gave me like a Hunter x Hunter. It's the whole thing. I'm going on a rant. All right. But again, Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days is in the realm of Frieren. That's why Frieren is in my top tier list, is above Solo Leveling. Frieren is the most balanced show in terms of like romance, action, storytelling, suspense, thriller. You didn't see my hands. Like, Frieren, it hits all the categories, and it does it above, like well above average, right? Yeah, Frieren might not have the kind of action that Solo Leveling does, but like it does enough where like it's really not boring. Like, Frieren hits all the categories. It's above average, hence why it is a better anime than Solo Leveling. Sakamoto Days kind of fits into that boat, right? There are certain things that Sakamoto Days does really, really well. You can kind of tell with the action. The action is so creative. Like, it's simple but very creative, and it hits everything so well The only issue with Sakamoto is that certain categories that it doesn't hit as hard. Like, I don't think it really hits at the romance as hard. I don't think it's not that kind of anime. But for me, again, the best animes, which we're arguing about anime of the year, hits all the categories fairly where it's the most balanced. Sakamoto Days, comedy is top notch, action is top notch, storytelling is top notch, character development is top notch. Like, it's hitting all the categories. Hence is why, if no other anime worth watching comes out this year, I think Sakamoto Days is definitely anime of the year contender. I think it should beat Solo Leveling. That's my opinion. But if Solo Leveling season 2 wins, like, I just wouldn't be surprised. Like, I understand why it's good. I'm just saying, in terms of balance, like, hey, you want like a well-rounded employee, you want a well-rounded show. That is not Solo Leveling. It's not well-rounded, right? But people are biased, so like they kind of like what they're like. Just understand that anime is a spectrum, all right? Historian anime, even though you might not be checking for it, people are checking for it. Rom-com, like, I don't know, slice of life. Like, there's so many categories of anime that certain anime that you might not know of, because again, I watch everything. I watch the boring stuff, I watch the intriguing stuff. Like, something that like is really, really popping right now in the anime space, but the reason why it's not on your radar is because it's not the most popular. Like, it's a genre that you don't watch. So again, that is foreign, and for all intents and purposes, because I really don't think Sakamoto Days is under the radar. In terms of the manga scene, for all my manga diehards out there, they know about Sakamoto Days already. This ain't nothing new to them. For me, like the newbies that are just strictly watching the anime, I'm like, yo, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Like, my boy hit me up like, yo, thank you for recommending Sakamoto. This shit fire, right? So it's nothing new to the manga readers. Salute to y'all for reading, but for us anime watchers, it's really, really good, all right? And I don't think much is competing with that except for like the heavy hitters already. But Sakamoto Days isn't really under the radar, but in terms of anime notoriety, in terms of anime ranking, especially because, and this is the last thing I'll touch on before I get off my rant, especially because Sakamoto Days is not on Crunchyroll, right? Because Sakamoto Days is not on Crunchyroll, there's going to be like an inherent bias towards it being even mentioned as like, oh, this is like the best anime of the year. Like, so if I promise you, if Sakamoto Days was on Crunchyroll, it'll probably get like more of a head nod, most likely, right? But it's not. But again, if you haven't watched Sakamoto Days, and if you watched my previous videos, you know I'm very harsh. I won't even say harsh, but like I'm very like objective and direct with my criticisms for anime. I'm currently watching Windbreakers. Shit is bad so far, but there's very rare few animes that I really acclaim. So like Sakamoto Days is in that realm of foreign. It's really, really good. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. And I think if we're all being objective and honest with ourselves, it is definitely an anime of the year contender, depending on what else comes out. I'm MAS, my annoying senpai. But please, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you think Sakamoto Days is an anime of the contender, like, preach it. Let people know. All right, people need to know. All right, please inform the masses. But I'm out.